Regulation E is the federal regulation that implements the Electronic Fund Transfers Act, or EFTA for short. Reg E creates a framework of rights, protections, liabilities, and responsibilities for all participants in electronic fund transfer systems. So what does the regulation cover? The regulation's guidelines cover disclosure of fees and limits, receipts, pre-authorized or recurring transfers, cancellations, error resolution procedures, and liabilities for things like lost or stolen cards. The regulation covers many different types of EFTs in addition to prepaid cards, including ATMs, telephone and point-of-sale transfers, direct deposits, overdrafts, gift cards, and international money transfers. Let's look closer at some of the guidelines that apply to prepaid card programs and other EFTs. Regulation E requires financial institutions to disclose the terms and conditions of EFT services to consumers upfront. The consumer must be notified of what kinds of transfers they can make, any limits set on the frequency or dollar amount of transfers, fees charged by the financial institution, and the consumer's liability for unauthorized EFTs. Financial institutions must also notify consumers of any changes at least 21 days before they take effect. Regulation E also sets guidelines on the information included on receipts. Consumers must receive a receipt both when they initiate a transfer and in a monthly statement. Both types of receipts must include the type of EFT, the amount and date of the transaction, and the location of the terminal where the transaction took place. For recurring electronic transfers, such as automatic payments, consumers must receive a notification that their transfer has occurred as scheduled. Finally, Reg E sets guidelines for the resolution of EFT errors. EFT errors can include unauthorized or incorrect transfers, missing transfers on account statements, computational and bookkeeping errors, incorrect fees, or receiving an incorrect amount of money from an ATM or other electronic terminal. Institutions must also periodically remind consumers of their error resolution procedures and provide consumers with a telephone number they can use to contact the institution. Consumers have the right to request information or clarification about EFTs, including documentation required by applicable regulations or to determine whether an error has occurred. If a consumer notifies a financial institution about an EFT error, the institution is required to investigate and resolve the error within a certain deadline, generally 10 business days.
Under certain circumstances, this deadline can be extended to 45 business days if the institution provisionally credits the consumer's account with the missing funds, and then reports the results of the investigation to the consumer and the CFPB.
If any fees were incorrectly charged to the consumer, the financial institution must reimburse those fees. Regulation E is enforced by the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. We'll explore the CFPB's consumer complaint requirements and some common consumer complaints in the Consumer Complaints section.